our hateful liberal of the week is the so-called transgender community and all of their supporters. Now, before I get into this, yes, I'm aware of this entire Dylan Mulvaney, Bud Light, Nike, native deodorant situation, but I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on here discussing Dylan Mulvaney because, in my opinion, he's a plant, a puppet, essentially a privileged rich kid who is being used by some very powerful individuals who I've probably never even heard of to push their agenda, their woke, twisted agenda. And I don't want to spend a lot of time discussing this puppet, this plant on here. So, this is the reason the trans community is the hateful liberal of the week. It begins on March 25th, 2023, in New Zealand, when women's rights activist Posey Parker was ambushed, attacked, and threatened for daring to stand up for the rights of real women. An angry mob of trans people, woke leftists, and their violent, woman-hating supporters attacked Posey Parker. It got so bad that after this had happened, Posey claimed that she was in fear of her life during the assault. Now, this is what the trans community and all their supporters think about real biological women. They hate us. And what happened to Posey Parker is just a perfect example of that. They truly, truly do hate us. Now, this was on March 25th of 2023, not even a month ago. A couple of weeks later, at San Francisco State University, another attack on another biological woman, Riley Gaines, occurred because Riley Gaines dared to stand up for the rights of real women during a speech. They didn't like this. They began screaming angrily and cussing at Riley Gaines. A so-called trans man punched Riley Gaines at least twice. And as if that wasn't bad enough, they held her hostage on the university campus for 3 hours before she was able to get to safety, and threatened to keep her there until she paid them ransom money, which she did not. And I have to give credit to Newsmax for alerting the world to the fact that after this occurred, Riley Gaines is planning to sue San Francisco State University. And personally, I hope she wins that lawsuit, because these people had no right to physically attack her simply because they didn't like what she was saying. They had no right to attack Posey Parker simply because they didn't like what she was saying. And for months now, this trans agenda has been forced down everyone's throats. pretty much nonstop by a media, a woke leftist media, referring to us constantly as bigots and transphobes if we refuse to bow down and lick the boots of the transgender community. That's how they refer to us. Bigots, transphobes, hate mongers. They use this kind of language against us all of the time. But these recent incidents that I've discussed on here today make it pretty clear who the true hate mongers and bigots are. And it's not people like me, because I'm not spending my time going around trying to force any kind of agenda down anybody's throat. I'm not the one referring to a biological male as she over and over again, as if to say, if you don't want to accept the fact that this so-called woman, this biological male, is a she, then you're a bigot and a transphobe, and you should be canceled. You should be ashamed of yourself. And no, Dylan Mulvaney is not a she. Dylan Mulvaney is a he. Everybody knows this, but I guess there are some people out there who would lose their jobs, their livelihoods, if they came out and spoke the truth about him. And the attacks on Posey Parker and Riley Gaines are why the trans community and their supporters are the hateful liberal of the week.